this video can provide a little clarity, if not comfort. An existential crisis is a profound period of reflection, anxiety, and questioning, often involving deep concerns about the meaning, purpose, and direction of one's life. It's a confrontation with some of life's most fundamental questions, such as why am I here and what's the point of all this? These crises can arise at any stage of life and are influenced by personal circumstances, social contexts, and developmental milestones. Existential crises engage both emotional and cognitive components, often leading to behavioral changes as individuals struggle to find or redefine meaning in their existence. At its core, an existential crisis involves emotional turmoil. People often experience intense feelings of confusion, fear, sadness, or dread. These emotions are rooted in a sense of disconnection from one's life purpose, or a realization that life may not hold the meaning that one thought it did. Individuals may feel overwhelmed by the thought that the world is indifferent to their existence, leading to feelings of insignificance. Loneliness is also a common emotional component of existential crises, as the questioning process can isolate a person from others, even in the presence of loved ones. People undergoing an existential crisis may feel detached from their prior sense of identity, a state often referred to as existential angst or existential dread, where nothing seems to make sense and the future feels uncertain or hollow. Cognitively, an existential crisis involves deep reflection and questioning of fundamental assumptions about life. Individuals might ponder whether they've made the right life choices, whether they're living authentically, and whether the goals that they're pursuing align with their true self. It often sparks an internal dialogue filled with uncertainty. People may question the constructs they've lived by. This includes their career, relationships, and personal goals, and they may also consider their broader philosophical or religious beliefs. This cognitive dissonance can lead to a temporary paralysis in decision-making as individuals search for clarity in the midst of their confusion. Behaviorally, existential crises can manifest in a variety of ways, including withdrawal from social situations, changes in daily routines, or taking drastic actions to change one's life. For some, it leads to a period of inactivity, as the weight of uncertainty makes it difficult to pursue anything with conviction. Others may become overly focused on trying to find a quick solution to their crisis, making impulsive decisions like changing jobs, ending relationships, or seeking new experiences in an attempt to escape their feelings of meaninglessness. While these behaviors are attempts to regain control, they can also complicate the crisis by creating new stressors and new uncertainties. There are many different types of existential crises, each associated with various stages of life. One of the earliest and most common is stage existential crisis. Adolescence is a time of rapid personal development where individuals are forming their identities, establishing social roles, and considering their place in the world. The pressures of academic achievement, social belonging, and future career choices can overwhelm teenagers, leading them to question their purpose and path in life. This crisis is often compounded by feelings of alienation, as young people may feel misunderstood by adults or their peers. Following the teenage years, individuals may experience what's known as the quarterlife existential crisis. This typically occurs in the 20s or early 30s, a period where young adults are grappling with their first major life decisions, such as choosing a career path, forming lasting relationships, or establishing financial independence. The quarter-life crisis often stems from a mismatch between expectations and reality. For example, after years of schooling, some may find their jobs unfulfilling or realize that their personal goals are much harder to achieve than they anticipated. This dissonance can lead to frustration, dissatisfaction, and the feeling that one's life isn't progressing as it should be. A lesser known but still significant type of existential crisis is the sophomore existential crisis, which occurs during the second year of college or early in a career. At this point, individuals may have begun to settle into their academic or professional roles, but they may start to question whether their chosen path truly aligns with their values or interests. This crisis is characterized by the feeling of being stuck in a particular role without the freedom to explore other possibilities, creating a tension between the desire for security and the fear of missing out on other opportunities. Probably the most well-known existential crisis is the midlife crisis, which typically occurs in one's 40s or 50s. At this stage, individuals often reflect on their accomplishments and failures, as well as their mortality. The realization that time is finite can provoke anxiety about whether they've lived authentically or fulfilled their potential. People experiencing a midlife crisis may become preoccupied with regrets or the fear that their best years are behind them. This crisis is also marked by a desire for change. Individuals may seek new experiences, relationships, or challenges to rekindle a sense of vitality and purpose. Later in life, existential crises can take on new dimensions. Older adults may face what's called the later life existential crisis, which is often triggered by major life transitions such as retirement, the loss of loved ones, or declining health. In this phase, individuals may struggle with feelings of irrelevance or uselessness as their roles in society change. The fear of death and the unknown also becomes more pronounced during this period, leading to deep reflections on one's legacy and the meaning of life as a whole. Central to most existential crises is the experience of meaninglessness. Many theorists believe that the core of any existential crisis revolves around the individual's sense that life lacks inherent confront the idea that their existence may not have a predetermined purpose, or that their actions may not hold lasting significance, they're thrown into an internal struggle. This feeling can arise when one's previous sources of meaning, such as career success, relationships, or religious beliefs, are called into question or fail to provide the satisfaction they once did. The perception of life as arbitrary or without purpose can be deeply unsettling, leading to a profound sense of existential despair. The search for meaning is the natural response to the perceived lack of purpose that accompanies an existential crisis. This search involves reevaluating values, goals, and beliefs that shape one's life. Some individuals turn inward, seeking meaning through personal growth, creativity, or spiritual exploration. Others look outward, seeking to find purpose through service to others, contribution to their community, or connection with nature. The process of searching for meaning is often difficult and may take years as individuals try to align their internal beliefs with their external circumstances. But this process is essential to resolving the crisis and restoring a sense of direction and fulfillment. Resolving an existential crisis requires confronting the feelings of meaninglessness head-on and developing new ways to find purpose. This process can involve a number of strategies, including self-reflection, seeking professional guidance, and engaging in meaningful activities. One of the first steps in resolving an existential crisis is acknowledging and accepting the uncertainty that comes with life. It's important to recognize that not all questions have clear answers, and that part of the human experience is learning to live with ambiguity. Rather than trying to eliminate doubt or fear, individuals can focus on embracing their capacity to choose and create meaning in their lives. Another key aspect of resolving an existential crisis is reevaluating one's values. Crises often arise when there's a misalignment between an individual's actions and their core beliefs. By clarifying what truly matters to them, people can begin to make decisions that are more in line with their authentic selves. This might involve changing careers, fostering deeper relationships, or simply making time for activities that bring joy and fulfillment. For some, the spirituality or religious practices may offer a framework for understanding life's challenges and finding peace in the face of uncertainty. Connection with others can also play a critical role in resolving existential crises. While these crises often feel isolating, reaching out for support can provide comfort and perspective. Engaging in conversations with friends, family members, or therapists can help individuals feel less alone in their struggles. Furthermore, many find that contributing to the well-being of others, whether through volunteering, mentorship, or just acts of kindness, can restore a sense of purpose and meaning. Mindfulness and acceptance-based approaches can also aid in resolving existential crises. Practices like meditation, sense of presence and gratitude, allowing them to focus on the moment rather than becoming overwhelmed by existential concerns. By accepting life as it is, complete with its uncertainties, struggles, and joys, people can develop a more balanced and peaceful relationship with the questions that arise during an existential crisis. Existential crises are deep, reflective periods in which individuals confront the most fundamental questions about the meaning and purpose of life. These crises can arise at various points throughout life, from adolescence to later adulthood, each bringing its own unique challenges and emotional, cognitive, and behavioral manifestations. At the core of existential crises is the issue of meaninglessness, as individuals grapple with the realization that life may lack inherent purpose. The search for meaning, while difficult, is essential in navigating these crises and emerging from them with a renewed sense of purpose. By embracing uncertainty, reevaluating values, connecting with others, and cultivating mindfulness, individuals can find ways to resolve existential crises and hopefully restore